What's going on, everybody? It's the day after, the morning after the Sixers being eliminated. Um, I don't know. I think this is my sixth or seventh video um, after the Sixers have been eliminated. Starting back with Brett Brown, going through Doc Rivers, and now Nick Nurse. And Embiid has been on each and every one of those teams. Each and every one. Um, I don't have nothing bad to say about the New York Knicks, right? Because they've been on the bottom for so long, and you know you can't never make the accusation that they're not a class organization. Um, they spend the money. They might not know what the fuck they're doing, right? But they do try to spend money and get what they want so that they can start winning. I mean, they brought in Phil Jackson. You'll never see the Sixers organization bring in that caliber of a coach. They tried to bring in Phil Jackson. They had Carmelo. They had Porzingis. On and on and on. They spend the bread. They just never knew what they was doing, and they finally, put the pieces together. They brung three people together who had won championships at the collegiate level. Um, you know, I mean, what you going? And then if Randall was playing, the Sixers might have been cooked. Um, but just I have to, I want to start off with the organization, which I always do, making these videos after elimination games. Um, Once again, over and over, I want to reiterate: the Sixers organization is they like kindergarten students outside for recess, no class. Sixers organization is a no class organization, no class, and it amazes me that the one of the owner, I forgot his name, Josh somebody, is really cool with Meek Mills, right? Um, Like y'all dudes ain't telling this dude, or y'all can't tell him, or he ain't listening to you motherfucking jokers about how it is, you know what I mean, for Philadelphia and what we desire and what we want. Because obviously the Sixers top brass and people, the higher ups, they don't give a fuck about the fans. They don't give a fuck about what we want. They cheap. And they just want to play us. And I mean, you can't play somebody unless they allow you to play them. So us as fans, we just keep on getting played, right? And I mean, I've been tired of this shit. I've been tired of this shit, But I'm a diehard Philadelphia 76ers fan. I'm a diehard Eagles fan. I'm a diehard Flyers fan. I'm a diehard Phillies fan. I'm just a diehard. Um, the organization just has no class. So now they going into um, a period where a lot of decisions have to be made. Um, I want to start with the coaching. Um, Nick Nurse is some shit. Nick Nurse is some shit. Nick Nurse has no clue. He has no clue. Um, he doesn't. He's not uncanny. And you need that. If you look at these successful coaches today with these teams, they are a fresh, new, thinking-minded type of coaching individuals in the NBA now. Willie Green, the Denver Nuggets coach, um, um, Oklahoma City coach. Matter of fact, Oklahoma City coach was their G League coach. Wow. Wow. Brilliant. Because he knows talent. He's been down there working with it and developing it, right? They say he plays his full roster. And so they are so deep that and these guys love him. You know, um, Doc Rivers had that problem. Sixers wasted, I don't know how many years Doc Rivers was here, but Sixers wasted all those years and never developed any talent because Doc Rivers didn't want to develop any talent. Doc Rivers was trying to suppress Maxi's breakout. Go over the history. Doc Rivers wasn't trying to see Maxey play. Paul Reed too. And now Nick Nurse allows Paul Reed to play and don't play Paul Reed right. Listen, Joel is beat up, can barely hop, can barely jump. Why didn't you give him if offensive rebounds is our problem and he's our main big man and nobody else is gaining or getting any rebounds, why didn't you just try to throw in a thing where him and Mo Bamba was on the floor together? Or him and Paul Reed on the floor together? Like what? Why was that hard to think of? Why did you not put Ricky Council 4 in the game at all? You never injected any kind of surprise for New York. Not one. And I'm going to be real. I'm going to be completely real. And you can take it or let it alone. If the Sixers would have brung Kenny Lofton Jr. up and gave him a contract and allowed him to be eligible to play in the playoffs, he would have fucking been the X factor. Listen, he would have threw a monkey wrench into it. That young boy is a warrior. He battles for the boards. And he can score. And you can't stop him. And you let him go. You had him on your G League team and you let him go. Now he's with the Jazz. And the Jazz are going to give him playing time next year. And you're going to see once again how fucked up your decision making is. You got Taquavion Smith, right? You say, oh, he's a rookie. Maxey cannot sustain that kind of level of play. He's not there yet. I don't know if he ever will be there, right? Because the real superstar, Kobe would have came in and gave him 56 the last game and would have came in yesterday and gave him another 56. See, the great ones can muster that up. I'm not saying that Tyrese is not capable of being a great one. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that Tyrese has to be a student of the game. He has to study the great ones. Mainly, my advice to Tyrese is study Kobe. I've been pushing this because that's who he needs to study. Learn the disciplines that Kobe had imposed upon himself to become great. And you will be that. I love Tyrese Maxey. He is a very, very respectable and humble young buck and smart. But he has too many things going on with him. And once he gets those obstacles out of his way, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. Tobias Harris. I don't even think Tobias Harris had a point. I've been an advocate Tobias Harris supporter. Tobias got to go. Not because he had a bad performance, but I realized that Tobias he's on the decline. His style of play, he goes up against Anunoby and players like that. You know, his size, his position, he can't deal with him, and he can't. He's too streaky to be effective. He had no points. I believe he had no points. So, congrats to the New York Knicks. You know, I think that like I said, it goes back to the coaching. Listen, I'm not one to cry about being cheated by the refs and so forth and so on, but the refs was some shit, right? Especially when it came to Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey was getting fucked up. Fucked up. The last game in New York, the boy Harkenstein fucked Tyrese up. Almost to where though he was rolling around on his hip. But then Jalen Brunson gets fouled by Embiid, and they go to check to see if it's a flagrant and this and that. And I mean, like, it's just, and then this game right here, like Tyrese is getting fucked up. He's going up in there. When Iverson did it, at least Iverson began to get the calls. Like, you're not giving Tyrese no calls. And so that really has to be. But where was Nick Nurse to tell Tyrese, listen, do a Jalen Brunson, lay the fuck on the floor, and don't get up, and put the refs on blast. Put them on blast, because now you're gonna be like, yo, this dude getting fucked up, and y'all not making these calls. Where was Nick Nurse to tell Tyrese that? I don't like Nick Nurse. He makes dumbass challenges. You know, he makes dumbass challenges. Dumb challenges. So yeah, it's over. Embiid sat there and gave the I gotta do better. You know, press conference. Spill. That was his spill. I gotta do better. You fucking right, you gotta do better. Right? Embiid has scored 37, but it's a meaningless 37 when you turn the fucking ball over 12, 13 fucking times. Like, you don't play smart. Listen, Embiid can go anywhere he want and win a championship with somebody. He can go to the Bucks. He can go to the Bucks. He can go to New York, but I don't know if the blood is bad. But what I would like to see the Sixers do, if you move on from Embiid, make sure that they are top draft. Don't bring these renegade fucking motherfucking cops in here. You can't do that. Listen, Howie Roseman is good for bringing this guy over here that you know, it's at this point in his career with a team, and this guy, and they won a Super Bowl with these kind of guys. So Howie is getting away with doing this. But now, because Howie don't know how to draft. He doesn't know how to make pick. His pick and selection is some shit. But now he's moving towards picking in the draft. Because you can't keep bringing in this player and that player, and because it's age on it. Why these other teams, the Browns and all these, they drafting these motherfuckers, and these motherfuckers is growing together. And once they grow together and they start to learn, because listen, you can't win unless you know how to lose. You can't learn how to win unless you went through a process of losing. And this would need to go on with the Sixers. Listen, you're going to have to revamp. But you're fucking up. You're fucking up. Right? So if you move on from Embiid, and I'm kind of thinking now that maybe I wouldn't want to move on from Embiid. Embiid can still be useful, but Embiid needs a reality check. Listen, go the fuck down there with Joker on the offseason. Or call him up and find and get his regimen. If he wants to share it, his trainer, Embiid needs to get into this type of thing now, and at this stage in his career, or his career is going to be over. His career is going to be over. You think you're just going to keep fucking laying on the beach, man, on off season, and then coming here and fucking play at this high level of basketball and shit, and get these fucking injuries? People gonna get tired of that injury shit, man. They gonna get tired, and then they gonna get tired of your bonehead fucking decisions, man. Like, you throw the ball away senselessly, man. Listen, the score was what, 115 to 118. Okay, think of how many fucking baskets what could have been converted off of Embiid's bonehead turnovers. Just think about it in those terms. Embiid he's just a big fucking dummy. And he's been a big fucking dummy ever fucking since he's been here. And what makes it so bad is he's been here a while now, right? And I watch Embiid go from being a person who just wants to get winning he wants individual accolades. He was starving to be the MVP. He got that. I mean, Embiid is about that money. Then all of a sudden now Embiid is about wanting to win a championship because now he's coming at the end of his career. Well, guess what? Embiid, goddamn, listen, man, you have to go and you got to do what Tyrese got to do. You got to fucking study the game. Right? You got to study the game, man. That's been missing from your whole fucking your whole game. You can score, you can rebound, you can score 70 points, but you can't fucking think. You can't think during the critical course or critical part of a game or series. You just do dumb shit. And then you think it's okay. Like, you think that the shit you do, you think you could just come to the podium and say, I gotta do better. And motherfuckers don't want to hear that shit no more. Motherfuckers want you gone for real. So I hate to say it. I was saying it about Doc Rivers. I said the Sixers can't win no championship with Doc Rivers. And now I'm back to the same thing with Nick Nurse. Sixers can't win no motherfucking championship with Nick Nurse. They can't. Well, on to next season.